I stay with the heat even though I'm a sad boy. You better watch the way you breathe around me for that breath be your last boy. I've been drinking red, boy. I've been chopping down these birds, McCoy. No, I bet my rich in really 9 months. Overseas, honey skin.
What? My father's hurt? Yamato removes her mask as she runs into Onigashima, seeing the gathered beast pirates and some shinobi who accompany Orochi. Ah, the young master's here. King will then begin to make his appearance from above. He is somehow in critical condition and yet not at the same time. One strike from Straw Hat Luffy did this. You mean Ace's brother, she thought? This is awesome. What the hell did any of you let him leave, shouts Orochi. This is all your fault. Watch yourself, said King. As he retreats in fear, Orochi stares him down with all his shinobi getting in front of him to protect him from whatever may come his way, and King scoffs as he says that he doesn't know when Kaido will show himself again, but our captain hasn't given up. Always out of commission, we need to get stronger and find a way to get rid of that curse. Monkey D. Luffy, Harbinger, 6 billion berry bounty. Oh man, they just don't know what to do with me, said a laughing Luffy. As he floats in the air, we find him on the Whitebeard pirate ship as a party will be commencing. Would it kill you to take this seriously? Asked Ace. As a crewmate, it feels a bit bizarre to say this to his brother, said Robin, but we both know that he's a bit crazy. No offense, Captain. Aw, thank you. See, she said. This kid's alright, I mean, no wonder he's related to Dragon. As he comes landing atop Whitebeard's shoulders, he asks, hey, you sure you're not allowed to, just sit back? I mean, kinda sick, aren't you, old man? You're acting too familiar, brat. Yeah, I know you don't know me, but those words aren't really gonna do anything. Seriously though, hey, Chopper, you could maybe work with his crew, get some medicine done. Don't. You're bringing down the mood, damn it. Enjoy your goddamn wine. God, this is good, said Whitebeard. How can it be so full of alcohol and yet taste like fruity juice? Mysteries reside within that gate, said Brooke. So many other things. Yo. Well, what you gonna do now then? Asked Marco. Gonna call Sabo. Apologize, said Ace. He's gonna kill us both when he gets here. Tell me about it. I mean, I can imagine it, said Luffy. I'm surprised he's not here already. You're saying it like he's on the way, remarks Jinbei. You idiots! Suddenly, everyone is startled by this voice and they turn. Heading the way, they see a ship holding an army. But as the Whitebeard pirates get ready for battle, Luffy flies in front saying to wait. Ace? Yeah, it's him, said Ace. Getting closer and closer, we see Sabo leading the revolutionary army. Hey Luffy, it's been too long. You're not hurt, are you? You idiots, shouts Sabo again. When they get close enough, with a leap he tackles Luffy mid-air as he clutches onto his brother, now crying. I was so worried. Ace, what the hell is wrong with you? My bad. As he floats him down to the ship, Luffy watches them hug as he giggles when Sabo then says Ace was being stupid. He bursts through a hug and holds his shoulders tightly, saying, You are an idiot, if I wasn't clear enough. I know, man. For a second I thought you'd bring out Harp. I'm not that mad, it can break through you on a cellular level. Oh, Whitebeard pirates. So you guys must be the Strawhats. Man, you have a talent for finding weirdos. Hey! Actually, that's fair, said Nami. Yeah, that's true. Name's Frankie. He comes up and gives Sabo a shake, and Sabo begins to say hi to all of them, whilst Luffy lands on the revolutionary ship, saying hello to all his family. I didn't know he was sending you, said Luffy. Well, boss tends to do that. He knew you missed home. You guys are the best. You definitely stole this and ran off the right, didn't you? Oh yeah, duh. We're so done when we get back. I love you guys. Bring it in. Moments of celebration and happiness. Such things were rare when it came to this, world in general, especially when it came to war. But so many gathered today just for that. But all celebrations must come to an end. Luffy and Sabo see off Ace, who gives them each a Viva card. I'm sorry, Luffy. I put your crew in danger. A lot of Whitebeard pirates died just because I didn't control myself. Yeah, sounds about right, Luffy said. I deserve that. Sabo then says, dude, just for how long as we've known you, you've always just rushed in. It's not a sense of pride, not arrogance, it's just a sense of belonging. He insulted your father. If anyone heard Dragon, Luffy would go ballistic. So would I. That's why we won't let that happen again, said Luffy. From now on, you call us. You got it? Call me. You know those giggles were a facade, Ace. The things I'm willing to do. I don't like that version of me. Don't worry. You two just carry on. Oh, and transponder, please. With a snap of his fingers, he brings out one for him, and Ace would catch it. And with a bittersweet smile, Ace flies off, and they wave goodbye. While they are, Sabo then asked, "Don't you think they need a break? Your crew, I mean. They're hiding it pretty well, but mentally, yeah, they need a vacation," said Luffy. Even pirates are allowed those. Well, mine are. They then drop their hands and begin to walk back to Kuja, and while they're doing so, they catch up. How things have been, the fun days, the bad ones, the whole story. And in the end, Luffy returns alone and meets his crew. The revolutionaries disappear courtesy of an item long left behind that allows one to transport to a marked destination, meaning that literally none of them can ever be caught by the world government. It is by far one of the best treasures Luffy has ever given to them, and it can work on a world scale. Yeah, I'm actually doing that, which actually makes them way more formidable in this world than the original. But enough of that, let's focus on the Strawhats. As Sabo mentioned, they are quite tired, so they will take a vacation to Sky Island. They're gonna have some fun, let their scars heal, psychological ones. Because, we all know One Piece characters have infinite durability when Oda wants. However, they really don't go through a time skip or anything. It's mostly just them traveling and training. Because they are now emperors or part of an emperor crew, Luffy's the only emperor. Even though Luffy doesn't like this title, he uses it to his advantage. So he's gonna contact anyone he knows and tries to help him out, and he uses his influence for the good of those that he cares about. But he doesn't contact the world government. He knows they won't fuck with him since he literally backhanded Kaido. Kaido isn't anything to him, but he is the standard of strength in some sense in this world, which he literally kicked in the face. I still can't believe I did that. So they travel, train at the same time, and they actually get much stronger. I'm gonna talk about this later, but I've done a bit of research on how origins and magic works in the world of Fate, and I'm gonna apply it to this one later on because I feel like I really should have to do that. Fate is complicated, but honestly, whenever I can get the chance to learn more about the world, it's just a lot of fun, even though it is depressing. Seriously, origins are fucked up. I'm gonna leave a link down below. Y'all gotta see that video. That shit was crazy. Anyway, so they take a break. Sometimes they also train with Rayleigh, and they actually take a year break just to do that. They train with Rayleigh for just a year, all of them. Luffy gets the most training, but Rayleigh passes on his teachings to all of them. So they're now damn near masters of hockey. And then their chaos begins once again, and like that, 2 years passed. Straw Hat or Harbinger, right? Yes, we have news from the Marines that he'll be heading for us. What do we do? Standing from his golden pool, Tesoro walks out and is wrapped up in a blanket as he stares at Baccarat. We'll do what even Kaido couldn't do. We'll put the Harbinger under a boot. Far, far away, however, Luffy is with his crew, just goofing off as usual. I took one bite, Nami. Don't call Milnier, shouts Luffy. Flying around Sunny, he avoids strikes of lightning as Nami would rage, telling him to stop eating her tangerines. They have sentimental value, damn it. While they're doing this, by the way, Usopp is making weapons, Frankie is at the wheel laughing at what plays out before him, Zoro is sleeping, Chopper is playing checkers with Brook and Robin, and this chaos has become so normal that it doesn't even mean anything at this point. But at that point, Sanji bursts out from the skin of the ship with some drinks in hand when he strikes a kick against falling lightning while not even dropping a bit of the wine that he was holding. Nami-san, you're gonna destroy Sunny at this rate, you know. As she freezes, Nami then shouts, "Give me back the tangerine!" Well, I can't barf it up. As he flies back to the ship, he lands and is instead put in a chokehold as Sanji approaches with a sigh before then smiling. Look, lunch is ready and this is for you, my lady. Finally, said Zoro. As he wakes up with a stretch, he would then run inside to, recharge. And taking the drink, Nami then releases Luffy and is left pouting. It's not funny. It's a little funny. Well, most things to me are funny. She is going to strangle you one day, whispers Sanji. She already tried. I can hear you two. And if you want to make up for this, you know what to do. I should just put a treasury room in the ship at this point. You're not really mad, are you? Thank you in advance, Captain. Now for lunch. Man, it's gonna be so exciting though, said Luffy. You mean Gran Tesoro? Asked Sanji. I mean, I'm surprised that excites you of all people. Yeah, I still don't know why we're going to a casino. Us, said Nami. By this point, they arrive in the dining rooms as Brook would then laugh. One tends to be desensitized to fortune when they travel with you. Yo. Taking a seat with his legs crossed, Luffy begins to dig in, saying, well, it's not for the money. That place is just kind of sketchy. Also, who knows, it might be interesting. I mean, finally a use of all that money, right? Right? Now that you say it, we can literally do whatever we want, as long as we want, said Usopp. You guys think what I'm thinking? I've been thinking for 2 days straight about this. Time for another explosion of mayhem. Side bonus, no chance of death, said Luffy. Alright, cheers to that. It did get a bit boring after Dressrosa. This is gonna be awesome. And so now, brimmed with enthusiasm, they know that they're gonna be taking another vacation, but finally they have a use of Luffy's endless riches, which is awesome. Like I said before, this conversation, they are desensitized, but they still want to have fun, and Luffy doesn't want his crew to downplay the importance of money just because they have so much of it. He just doesn't glorify it, and in a day's time, they reach it. Gran Tesoro. Whoa, the island is really made of gold. Robin, status report, says Luffy. Well, I didn't study up for this, but the owner I heard is in leagues with the world government. This ship is a nation unto its own, but it's just for the sake of entertainment. In other words, party time. Let's do this thing. The design of the ship, in its grandioseness, leaves them in awe as they approach into its tunnels, and they are then catapulted forward by a Kudo burst before crashing into the golden waters. It's really them. The Strawhats are here. Oh my god. Looking about, the pirates find an audience, a whole stadium just for them, and golden dust which covers their grassy deck as it falls from the sky. Oh look, a dance number. Running confidently down a ramp from the city, Tesoro jumps and snaps as he rises a pillar which he lands onto. Along with him, his wonderful ladies join in their, dance, strutting their stuff, and he says, welcome Straw Hat Luffy to my world. I hope you appreciate the gift. I cleared all of this out for you, so please, don't cause any trouble. Trouble? We're just gonna have fun. So you're the owner, eh? In a flash, he appears before Tesoro, whose face turns a bit nervous, along with his female dancers, but they keep the show going on. Yes, that is me. Hell, a lot of gold you got here. Oh, I'm nothing compared to you. I mean, I can't even imagine how much fun all that luxury must bring. Well, can't deny that, but money isn't everything. Only those with that much can say such things, said Tesoro. Fair enough. He watches as the dust that makes contact with Luffy's skin and seeps into it, and he thinks, gotcha. Moving along with the Sunny, the Strawhats then find themselves on the ramp, and as Sunny is put away, they watch the other pirates arrive and begin to fight for the entertainment of the spectators. Man, I miss little fights like that, said Luffy. You're gonna blow this place up if you do any of that. Good afternoon. As they look back forward, the group then finds Tesoro is making his way into the city, but now making her way forward, Baccarat introduces herself. It's been a while since we had, VIPs, so follow me. Let's show you around. As they follow her up the ramp, Brooklyn says, so this is what it's like to be important. Ah. Oh, but don't you already have a bounty of 430 million? Asked Baccarat. I mean, that's quite the achievement. Why, thank you, but the attention of Marines is distressing. Man, just look at this place. There's literally gold everywhere. I think that girl's wearing gold. As VIPs, you have the option of getting into something far more classy if... Right, I forgot who I was talking to. As she's cut off, the crew is then covered with a golden light and it disperses to show some new classy clothes, the same ones they would have worn in these events. Hey, where'd you get the measurements? Asked Nami. Do you really want me to answer that? Nah, I'm joking. It's just a clothing item. Found about a week ago. I also found this. With a snap of his fingers, he ravels into existence a modern car alike to our taste in gold color. It's like a Maserati but bigger and powered by a literal dwarf star, which isn't something that's understandable to the people of this planet yet, unless you showed it to someone like Vegapunk, of course. Flying into the front seat, Luffy tells Baccarat to hop on as his crew do so already. It's got cup holders and a TV. Cool, shouts Chopper. Come on, let's go sightseeing. It'll be my pleasure. Walking her way over, she sits in the front and Luffy floors it as they explode forward, shouting at the top of their lungs and catching the attention of everyone. The crew, while on this crazy ride, are then shown many things such as where they can get food, entertainment. They're also told the rules here. Not that it really matters to Luffy because he's notorious for having endless riches and he probably could just buy his way out of everything. Not that he's gonna do that. And stopping at a casino, the Strawhats exit the car in style as it fades away and Baccarat asks, "Where does it all go?" I've always been curious, if you don't mind me asking. Gate of Babylon. If I have to explain it, your head might explode though. Duly noted. Hey, mister! At this point, running up to Luffy and his crew along the road, the crew would see two young kids holding up flowers asking that they buy some. "Come on, you're clearly rich, right?" asks Rika. As he kneels down, Luffy with a smile then says, "How much?" 1,000,000 berries. He drives a hard bargain, said Nami. As Luffy chuckles, however, he is overshadowed by Baccarat, who makes her way forward and stares down the kids. "You do not belong here. What do you possibly have that you could offer to an emperor of the sea?" The kids hearing this get scared, but then they look back at Luffy, and he has the goofiest smile, and Tempo, the younger sister, says, "Really? He's an emperor?" Holding his hand forward, Luffy then says to give him the flower, and the jittery little girl does so as Luffy would then stand and put it in his pocket. He walks off. "Alright guys, let's have some fun." Walking towards the casino, his friends follow him as Baccarat gives one last stare, leaving the two siblings angered and hopeless. However, that's when they take notice of Luffy holding the same look as them, but this is more of a decisive one. It scares them like he's about to do something right this instant. And then Tempo points out, "Brother, look." She points out his pocket, and he takes notice of this glow. He pulls out a pocket watch, a watch that he slowly opens when this burst of golden energy seeps into both of them. He and his sister are left in a daze. It's beautiful, ain't it? The pocket watch then closes by itself and they are broken out of this trance. They don't know what just happened, but they're too scared to think about it and just run off. Regardless, they can definitely sell this watch for something good. Meanwhile, the Strawhats proceed to play around, bounce from casino to casino, winning literally everything no matter which one of them plays in whatever. If you haven't noticed, by the way, I'm gonna use the concept from Gilgamesh's the power of being like lucky, because he's so lucky and has like the power to just amass more fortune. If you're part of his crew, you will naturally acquire that luck. It is practically impossible for you to like lose anything that has to do with gambling. It just won't ever happen. And as a Yonko crew, no one is daring to even mess with them, as that would literally be retarded. But this is also Gran Tesoro, a place of entertainment, and among pirates, everyone knows that Luffy won't hurt you if you don't hurt his crew. They're wrong about that though. If you just piss him off in, literally the most moral way, like killing someone for no reason, he will kill you. Anyway, back to the crew. Another jackpot shot, Nami. I actually missed this, didn't I? Hey Nami. Looking to her left, she sees Luffy flying over with the wine glasses. He says, "Hey, Baccarat's taking us to the gambling area for VIPs. Should be fun." "You're planning something, aren't you?" "What? No. We're here to have fun." Planning is how you have fun, though. I mean, you've been doing it since those kids. What did you give them? Luffy only smiles and flies off, saying they should hurry up and that he already gathered everyone else, so she goes with them. The Strawhats enter the downtown area, the center area of this entire place, and head towards the Leorio, the tallest establishment. "So, shall we gamble for real?" said Baccarat. "Oh, it seems we're missing one of you. Don't worry about it. Come on guys, let's do this thing." Entering the Leorio, the Strawhats are excited for what is in store and head for the elevator. But Baccarat is getting nervous as she asks that surveillance be kept out for Blackleg Sanji by using a transponder. "Come on," shouts Luffy. "My apologies." She then walks to them and they get into the elevator, which has 4 levels. One is named B, don't know what the hell that's about. One is Casino, and that's the one they just left. VIP, and then Hotel. They stop at VIP, and through the golden walls, a massive person phases in, surprising them. "Nice, a double user," said Frankie. "Say hello to Tanaka, he's in charge of security. He also has the power of the through fruit." "Take my hand, please," said Tanaka. Moments later, the group then phases into the true gambling den, and things will finally start to get into motion. Meanwhile, this is weird. As he says this, Sanji finds himself walking in gold, in an underground city of gold, where dust of gold falls. Yeah, I sent some people here. He hears some footsteps and looks off, seeing a group of old men running towards him. Now back at the casino. That was just a little peek, my bad. Y'all gonna get the fun later. Baccarat is freaking out. Biting her nails excessively, she asks herself, Why won't he lose? Why won't any of them lose? Slamming his head against a massive dome, Dice squirms in ecstasy as it shatters to pieces, revealing a perfect landing for Luffy. Ha! Odd, just like I said. This really is fun, huh? Going all in again. Nami, the chips. Sliding them forward with the help of Usopp, they are left cackling as they leave their competitors completely terrified. They thought that they were just strong pirates, so they thought they might be dumb, but these guys are extremely skilled in this. I mean, at this point, Luffy has gained a reputation for being a schemer, but he also just rushes into shit, so they don't really know what to make of it. He's unpredictable like that. And they just try to play. They're not trying to say anything. Again, these are emperors. Like, you can't even look at them wrong. Like, they're thinking that they're gonna kill them just for being malicious in any way. But Tesoro was losing it, and he was starting to get a little bit riled up. He began to gaze at Baccarat with anger, and she responds with a nod. She approaches Luffy, taking a seat beside him. So, is this your first time ever gambling? As Luffy goes to answer, she gets far too close, her shoulder nearly rubbing against the captain and getting in his personal space in an attempt to distract him, when she's then grabbed by the arm and winces in pain. She looks up and she sees Zoro, who says, "Fuck off." His bloodlust terrifies her as she only nods when the grip is then lessened and she pulls back quickly, backing off and standing. Then Luffy looks to Tesoro. "So, was that your big plan?" "What?" "To cover us with gold, take control of us, make us lose a gamble, basic crook stuff. I think you may have the wrong idea." Looking to his right, Tesoro finds the rapier of Brook at his neck. "I can see him move. How is he doing that?" "You're going a bit overboard, don't you think?" asked Tesoro. "Oh, I think this is just the right amount," said Brook. Dice, intending to actually use his axe this time, gets ready for battle when Brook then tells him to freeze. His gaze turns as he dislocates his neck and looks at him with pure death. "I won't let you enjoy a stab from me. I bet that on my life." "Not that I'm alive, though." "I felt the presence of someone familiar," said Luffy. "Someone from the Revolutionary Army. People could die at any moment, so I took it upon myself to know everyone." "Why do you have my friend in the trenches of your island?" His conqueror spirit ripples, knocking out all present except for Tesoro, Baccarat, and Tanaka. Instantly, the entertainer clenches his fist and hardens the dust on his enemies, but as they begin to freeze, the gold just bursts off. "What?" In that instant, Brook thrusts his rapier forward and Guild barely avoids and jumps forward as a shredding tune tears his throne away and blows away the wall behind, showing a way to the sky. Tesoro then lands and rolls until he stops, and he ends up facing Luffy, who is still shuffling the chips at his hand. He begins to shake uncontrollably as the Emperor raises his gaze. "Why do you have max rays in there?" Faster than he can perceive, the Tycoon is hit in the jaw, crashing through the hotel area above until he pops out the top, bleeding profusely. Even though he used some of the gold at each level and softened his impact through them, it didn't matter because Luffy's punch was way more impactful. And as he begins to rage, the golden water bursting from the top of buildings freezes and are gathered around Tesoro. "You bastard!" He's then grabbed by the face at that moment, with Luffy beginning to crush his jaw as he screams and begins to pierce him from behind, aiming to pierce him from behind, using multiple jabs from these massive gold whips. Each and every attack, however, is countered as Luffy pulls out Excalibur and bats away each one without even taking his eyes off Gran Tesoro. Well, not Gran Tesoro, Guild Tesoro, my bad. And with the snap of his sling, meanwhile, Usopp pierces Tanaka as he tries to phase through the weapon but finds Haki rendering him useless and he is damaged internally, falling and bleeding at the mouth. However, no damage is done to anything else as Usopp has learned to immaculately control the output of this noble phantasm. "I wonder how long it's gonna take, Sanji," asked Chopper. At that very moment, however, the lights in the building shut off and continue to do so in literally every single district, leaving it desolate. However, Sanji didn't do this. Right as he arrives with Max and the other gamblers, they find Rika, Tempo, and the old man who looks after them in the pump room. What did you turn off the power?" asked Sanji. As the two siblings turn, Sanji notices their glowing eyes and is confused. It's been a while since you used that one," shouts Max. "You mean Strawhat Luffy? How is he involved?" As Temple walks forward, she says after opening the watch she gave them, they became somehow far more cognitive, and the fact that she can say the word cognitive at all shows that she become a little bit smarter. And we're given one message, said Rika: destroy everything. It's called the chameleon circuit. Luffy used that thing to implant messages and thoughts into people, pranked them when he was a kid, but I guess he found out more about it. He shared his very mind. Man, I love that kid. Pulling out the transponder that he had on him, with a smile, Sanji creates a hologram of his captain, and he sees him choking the hell out of Tesoro. Oh, Max, how's it been? Oh, you know, imprisoned. Well, I'm busting you out, and good work, you too. It was awesome, said Rika. Thank you. Luffy only responds with a smile and then tells Sanji, break it. All of it. On your orders, Captain. You guys may want to clear the way. Hearing this, the Strawhats then run and leap out while people are panicking, of course, and they don't know what to do and are left banging against the gold wall to escape. Without Tanaka, they can't phase their way out. They're stuck. And as he's surrounded by flames, Sanji summons around him 6 flaming golden rings. What are you gonna do? Is it dangerous? Yep, you guys get out of here. Taking out some pearls, he throws them all one, they catch it, and he says, think of a place, and you'll be there after you slam those down. I'm about to destroy this place, so think nice thoughts. As his flames rise, Maston says he missed this, crushing the pearl and being engulfed by blue smoke, which teleports him away. The others do the same, leaving the area desolate and allowing Sanji to finally go crazy. Alright, let's start with the foundation. Outside, meanwhile, the Strawhats evacuate those who were once in prison, and because of what the kids did, they actually showered the streets with seawater, and now everyone is free to escape. Nami ends up meeting Karina, and they catch up. So, this is your life now, huh? Asks Karina. Nope, it gets much weirder. Just then, they see what seems like a soldier made of gold, twice the size of a human, which is pretty big because humans in One Piece are tall as fuck. It begins to fall. She notices that they're like a bunch of other ones, and they're falling like a meteor shower. At which point, she then stops and everyone turns to face this trouble, and they let the others run. Oh, give me a break. Mjolnir! Summoning to her hand the hammer, she throws it as it bashes into a soldier, and that soldier crashes into another, and they're cracked to nothing by lightning. Karina has heard of how notorious Nami has become now for being a witch that controls the weather, but it was much better up close. Yeah, I shouldn't piss her off anymore. And then there's him. She looks ahead and we go into the battle between the Harbinger and the Entertainer. Using his massive golem, Gil then swings as his arms are then cleaved in half by Luffy's Excalibur. This is useless. You did all this for nothing, shouts Luffy. As he reforms the arm, in that instant he begins to compress the gold around himself, literally infusing it into his body before revealing a new form. His skin was now gold with 100 arms behind him, maybe 1,000. You say that, Straw Hat, but look at the entertainment I've wrought. Me. They all worship me. They fear you. Man, this brings bad memories. I am not using Aya on any bastards like you ever again. And this fight isn't worth it. Ignoring him, Tesoro then fires and retracts the arms at the speed of sound, but as they near, a disc forms blocking each and every strike, as the only thing that reaches the Emperor is wind. Stop looking at me like that! A pulse of the Conqueror's spirit then hits him at that point. All this gold around him inside his body shatters, leaving him shocked. How can one man have so much and not want more? You're not human. No, I'm just not human enough. That's why I surround myself with friends. Why I do the right thing. Because sometimes I feel wrong. But you're too human. A man hurt by this disgusting system. You only became part of the cog while thinking you were escaping it. How would Stella look at you? How do you get out of my head? I'm not. You're projecting it. I usually have to try, but you can't stop thinking about it. Over and over, the same words. Stella. You poor bastard. Stop it! He releases Guild and watches as his body begins to fall. Be born with a better life. By then I'll be done fixing all this already. The sound of Tesoro's body crashing matches the ping of an alarm going off, as Luffy looks and sees a countdown, and he smiles. Yeah, right. With a blast of light, he shatters the tower using this countdown, as he knows that it's just a trick because the island literally cannot just explode. There's no way to make it self-destruct, and logically, Tesoro would have no reason to even do that because he has his celestial dragons here from time to time. If they're caught up in that, he might be chased down forever. Making his way out, Luffy then finds marine ships arriving, along with his own ship being here, his crew's there. The Marines had taken all the refugees on board and kept them safe, while Sabo and Rob Lucci begin their battle. Luckily, people were already being taken away from this battle, but soon they stopped and saw the Emperor. "Oh, Luffy," shouts Sabo, "you're late." "What? No, I'm not. I'm busy, you know." Flying past the marine ship they're all scrapping on, he says, "It's all over now." With the snap of his finger, he lands, and everyone begins to see a glowing light from above, and they see a blast of light gathering. "No, no, my new home," shouts Karina. "Oh, so that was you. I'm gonna blow it up. Sorry. Frankie?" "Got you, Captain." He runs to the wheel, and Luffy looks to Sabo. "See you around, brother." Ha! Maybe sooner than later. This got a little bit out of hand. He jumps to his own ship and shouts for the activation of a treasure to be used, and his entire ship and his entire group of people are transported while giving a goodbye to Luffy, who waves back. Meanwhile, the Sunny is then blasted away, and the attack drops, shattering the entirety of Tesoro's home and catching the Marines in a massive tsunami. Strawhats! Bye, Leopard. Try to stay alive. Next stop, Zhao. Let's pick up Momonosuke and the others. Oh, and we'll drop off Karina. As she was left despairing on the floor, Karina then remarks, "You're a monster." "Well, I am the Harbinger. Look me up. If there's something I bring, it's always chaos." Just then, the Sunny is encased from below by a hovercraft engine, many of them. Frankie analyzed Luffy's many vehicles and created this, so now they don't need to have anyone to carry them. And the Sunny is insanely souped up. They ride off into the sunset, and it's the end of this great arc. Or should I say movie? Moving on. Zoro, do you know what an origin is? Isn't that the thing you said is connected to hockey? What happened? Nothing. You're at the level where your origins will begin to slowly show, and if I don't help you control it, it might overtake you. Obviously, yours is swords. What are the others again? Actually, wait, what seriously is an origin though? It's just your will, just like hockey, a big part of you. It helps you get stronger depending on how you use it. Chopper's is selflessness because he'll do anything to heal. Sanji's is being a gentleman. I mean, why do you think he's calmed down so much? Holy shit, you fixed him. Well, yeah, sure. Let's go with that. As you take a closer look at where they are, they're still on the Sunny. They're just in Luffy's room, and Zoro is his first mate, so he had to tell him this information. He also had to tell him the origins of everyone and what they represent. And if you don't know much about fates, like origins and stuff, I'll put it down in the description. Like I said, it's a very good video that gave me a lot of information, so y'all can understand what I mean if you also don't know what to make of Fate's world, because it honestly is wild. So, Nami's origin is money, Brooks is time, Frankie's is construction, Robin's is information, and Usopp's is lies. Again, they just make you more determined, said Luffy. It grows your hockey. You're bound with your weapons. I mean, nothing will ever be the same after that. I'm getting excited. So am I, said his first mate. And so their journey continues on. But all those years of chaos, it began to spread fear. It put fear into Master Imu herself, who descends from her throne. The Gorosei bows. The throne she sits on was never meant to actually be used. The swords punctured at the very bottom were meant to signify a pact that no one person may rule the world. What are we to do with this man? Asked Jupiter. We can do nothing as of current. Track their location. He just left Gran Tesoro, yes? Indeed. Stay on their trail, and don't let them notice, then release the Mother Flame. Wherever he may be, it matters not. We need to extinguish him. Time skip. Young master! Young master! As he runs into a house up in the trees, Kinemon finds Momonosuke giving a bow to a picture of his father and mother, and he rises as he turns. What's going on? It's Luffy. He and everyone, they're back. Oh, he's not gonna like the news, but yay! Running up, he would then make his way down the ladder and find all the minks giving hellos and guard shoes to the beloved Strawhats. It had been a week since they left for Gran Tesoro, so they were very missed. Ah, it's been very long, you two. As Luffy looks to Dogstorm and Cat Viper, they could not agree more. Guys, Luffy! Looking forward to see Momo, who runs his way over, and Luffy kneels down catching him. Ah, how you doing, buddy? Don't talk to me like I'm a kid, but you are a kid. As he lets him down, Momonosuke says that he got way stronger. I've been practicing with the cloud. Look up. As these Strawhats do, they find a massive cloud, different from all that was above them, that regulates the sunny weather dropping onto Zhao's back. Not bad, said Sanji. There's a nice breeze coming in. Yeah, Zunisha loves it, so we just chose to keep that setting, said Darkstorm. Also, there's someone who wants to meet with you. In private. 2 of them, actually. Alright then. Sorry everyone didn't get a piece of me later. As he tastes the skies, he flies to the house, holding the new presences he hasn't felt before. If Bull hears you say that, she's gonna lose it, says Sanji. What? Not like that. Jeez. As he reaches the house, he then opens the door and finds waiting for him Capon, Beji, and Peckums, who takes off his glasses and straightens up. Nice to meet you, Harbinger. Just call me Luffy. So, what are you guys here for? During the party? As Capon stands, he says surprisingly enough they came to invite him to a party. It seems Big Mom wants to propose an alliance. Nope. Peckums then says, but we haven't. Nope. Don't want to hear it. This is important, Luffy. He wants you to marry off one of your crewmates. I just thought you should know. As a mink, I respect what you've done for my people. I don't want this to happen either. That's why I said no. I mean, I figured out who Sanji's family was a long time ago, but this is completely out of line. The two get nervous as the captain looks out the window towards Sanji, who has become so much happier, so confident. And this ask of another emperor gets on his nerves. Tell the answer is no, and if she hurts the messengers, she'll meet the same fate as Kaido. Now they're scared for Big Mom, as it's said that Luffy literally cursed the King of Beasts. Though he still lives, he deals with agonizing pain daily, and honestly, it wouldn't be any different from Linlin because she's definitely not stronger than Kaido. Besides, I don't have time to care about that woman. I have something to do. And what is that? Asked Beji. I'm gonna raid Marie Joie. I mean, about time I took care of those bastards, right? What? What will the clash between these forces entail? What is Luffy's plan for this? Find out in the next part of One Piece. It's been a while. Hope you enjoyed. Peace. I'm gone.
Those medical pills are pushing me over. I kill my fill 3 times a day. These ethanol fumes won't make me sober. One flame to take the pain away. I caught you lighting matches in the